In 1938, amid the lingering devastation of the Great Depression and fears of economic collapse, the United States enacted one of its most sweeping and contentious labor reforms, the Fair Labor Standards Act. Signed into law by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the act introduced the first federal minimum wage, established overtime pay, and banned certain forms of child labor. Lauded by some as a triumph for the working class, it was condemned by others as a dangerous intrusion of federal power into private enterprise. But beneath its progressive image lay a web of political compromise, racial exclusion, and class struggle. The FLSA did not arise solely from moral clarity. It was born of economic desperation. Roosevelt's administration, under the New Deal, sought to rein in corporate abuses, restore consumer confidence, and prevent labor unrest from spiraling further. Business interests balked, claiming the law would ruin small employers and damage the free market. But many of these objections masked deeper fears of lost profits, weakened control over labor, and the erosion of an economic hierarchy that had long favored the powerful. More troubling is who the law left behind. The act excluded entire classes of workers, namely agricultural and domestic laborers, jobs disproportionately held by Black and immigrant Americans. These exclusions were not bureaucratic oversights. They were intentional deals struck to secure the support of Southern lawmakers who refused to support any law that would elevate Black labor. In this way, the FLSA perpetuated structural inequality even as it promised reform. Child labor restrictions, too, were far from absolute. While factories faced new scrutiny, children in kitchens and cotton fields continued to work under grueling conditions. The law banned oppressive child labor, but left the term vague enough to accommodate both reformers and profiteers. The minimum wage itself was modest and met fierce resistance. Business leaders warned of economic collapse, even as they continued to benefit from depressed wages. The wage floor, in truth, was less a bold moral stance and more a reluctant concession. A signal that no full-time workers should live in poverty, though many still would. Today, the FLSA is rightly remembered as a turning point in U.S. labor law. But it is also a mirror reflecting the contradictions in America's vision of fairness. A nation that took steps toward justice, even as it ensured some would remain outside its reach.